y'all.
Welcome to the weekly flip. Yes, we have special guests today, Melanie and Jill I guess I should say Jill and Melanie because of the way you guys are sitting, of Retail Therapist. Oh, we
always Mel and Jill.
Yeah, always Mel and Jill. Okay, this is good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
We are so excited.
Yeah. I don't know. How should we start? I think we need a little introduction here for those. I mean, you should know Retail Therapist, but if you don't, guys, want to introduce yourselves.
I wish everyone knew.
I know.
They should, because you guys are hot.
Well, I mean, this one, but so we're Retail Therapist, Jill, Melanie. And we've been reselling since 2017. We're business partners and life partners. And it's been a wild ride. How long has it been? Were we selling on Whatnot the last time we chatted with you guys? Or was it even before Whatnot?
Were we? You were on Whatnot.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been on Whatnot for 2 years. And so we originally got on Whatnot thinking we would sell women's clothing and we would just look for, cool brands, whatever. And the only thing that we could get to sell for us is Lululemon. So now we are the Lulu ladies. We are full-time Lulu sellers. We have been for like 15 months now.
People on Whatnot call us the queens of Lulu.
The reason they call us the queens of Lulu is because for some reason, we've gotten the title OG.
Yeah.
Like the OG of, but there were people before us, so I don't know. But we were just like, thank you. It's kind of, it's flattering, but it's still awkward whenever somebody says that. We're like,
okay. They have taken Lululemon and Whatnot by storm, friends. By storm.
Yes. So I want to get into like the pivots you guys have made over the past couple of years. We're also going to talk about the Poshmark change that came out with the bulk sharing. So we're going to get into all of it. We're probably going to talk about snacks at some point.
Typically do on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah. They are ready.
Speaking of snacks, yeah. Nerdy nuts.
We have them.
Oh wait, we can just totally start with the snacks.
Start with snacks.
Come in. Let's start with the snacks. Wait, all right, what do you have in your cup, Melanie?
Water.
All right.
Just water.
And then what was that you're holding up, Jill?
Nerdy nuts. We actually became ambassadors through Whatnot for Nerdy Nuts.
Nerdy nuts.
Yes, it's a novelty nut butter company based out of South Dakota. So it's a small business. For now, it's a small business, but they are growing. And this gal came into our show. That's another unexpected thing from Whatnot is how social it is and how many friends we've made being on Whatnot. But anyway, she came into our show a year ago in between Christmas and New Year's. And we were like, who has to go back to work tomorrow? Just making conversation. And she said, I do. I make peanut butter. And we were like, what? You do what? So she got into it and she started telling us about Nerdy Nuts. At the time, she was the assistant manager of the kitchen, but she's gotten a promotion since then. But anyway, so we just started buying it. Like that night, we went and placed our first order and we fell in love with it. And we started giving it away in shows and talking it up in shows. And they actually were not taking any other ambassadors at the time, but she championed us. And we got in their ambassador program, and we're like, every Sunday they do flavor drops. I wear my Nerdy Nuts shirt on Sundays. And
use the promo code therapy.
That's right. Hey, go to nerdynuts.com, use therapy to get 10% off. We used to have a cereal cabinet in the kitchen, and now we have a Nerdy Nuts cabinet in the kitchen.
Yeah. So I love it. I got to write this down. Nerdy Nuts.
I know. And this goes right along. We're always talking protein. We're always talking protein snacks. Everybody's on the
healthy
protein
fats,
train.
Protein. Yes. All the stuff.
So what was the latest flavor they dropped?
So they have it's seasonal, of course. They have pecan pie and pumpkin pie right now. However, there's a lot of people out there that really like the Girl Scout Samoas. Well, are they called Samoas or what are they called now?
I forget what they're called now.
Coconut Delight, Caramel Delight, I don't know anyway. But this one is inspired by that cookie. And we kept one. This is not the one, but we kept one for ourselves. So we've actually tried it and it's really good.
Oh my gosh.
So it's literally flavored nut butter spreads, right? Like
Let me
They
go
do
get
cashew,
open one.
almond, and peanut butters.
Ooh.
And they've got chunks of stuff like, okay, so the Cocoa Nutty cookie is yellow cake peanut butter, coconut caramel topping, mini chocolate chips, toasted coconut, and caramel bits. That's the one that's in this.
I'm so into that.
I
All
know,
right.
right? It's
Here's
really
the
good.
open one.
Oh, this
That
is our
certainly doesn't sound sucky.
All right. The code is therapy.
Therapist.
Therapist. I'm
therapy.
sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
it's
good.
therapy?
Nerdynuts.com,
Yeah,
code
therapy
therapist.
to get 10% off.
Therapy.
Follow them on
She's saying
TikTok.
therapy now. I thought Jill said therapist, but it's therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get it right.
Oh, wow.
Therapy.
Samantha's a little under the weather today. That's why she's not joining us. She was
okay.
hoping to up until the last minute, and she just couldn't make it. But she's going to be really disappointed when she hears about the snack.
Oh, about
talk.
a new snack.
She's
Yes.
like, what? Y'all talked about snacks without me?
Yeah,
I know.
Pop
I know.
Right. Yeah.
And honestly, like peanut butter or nut butters are like the perfect reseller snack because you just have it on a spoon, right? And you
Yes.
get all that energy, all that protein, and you're not dirtying your hands. It's a beautiful.
No,
That's
yes,
what we call
exactly.
we call that in our house a peanut butter pop. I'll say, "Oh, I'm in the mood for a peanut butter pop," and you just spoon it, and
Yep.
peanut butter pop.
When my kids were little, we called them peanut butter chompers. Like, you gotta,
Oh.
I don't know.
That's fun too. So, what is your favorite flavor before we move away from the snack talk? Do you have a favorite?
I like all the almond butters.
Yeah.
I think they're
Okay.
really good. But
Okay.
the Dubai chocolate is their number one seller, and probably the one we would recommend to start.
Okay.
If you've never had it, start with the Dubai chocolate. The cotton candy cashew butter is really good. It can be on the sweet side, but it is really good.
Oh,
And
that
that
sounds
doesn't
so
do-
weird.
It does, doesn't it?
Follow me, y'all. It works. But those are two that they have all the time. So, like I said, on Sundays they do new flavor drops, and sometimes here's the thing: we got to talk to them about this because we go live at 4 p.m. Pacific on Sundays on Whatnot. Their new flavors drop at 4 p.m. Pacific on the website, and we're like, what? So we have been known during a Whatnot show to jump on the website and place an order. Because you might miss what you want,
Basically, every Sunday we go in and play some.
Yeah, we're like, sorry guys, hold please.
Well, she's noticed that if we wait till the end of the show, some of the flavors are sold out. So,
wow, this is good to know. I'm feeling some holiday gifting coming from Nerdy Nuts.
Exactly.
Yes,
that's a perfect gift.
And they will around the holidays. They do other things. I'm hoping that they bring back the sampler. So I think it's 6 8-ounce jars of different flavors. That would be fantastic. I can neither confirm nor deny. I do not know if they're going to bring it back. But
all right, Nerdy Nuts, hear what they say here. This is what we need. The people are asking.
We need the sampler. Yes. Oh my God. All right. So you're going live on Whatnot every Sunday at
4 p.m. Pacific.
4 p.m. Pacific, which would be what for us? 7
Eastern.
7 Eastern. And you're selling Lululemon and Nerdy Nuts?
Yeah. I mean, we promote Nerdy Nuts. We get a percentage off of that sale. So but we did go 5 days a week. We just recently cut our schedule back, and we haven't really settled on a permanent new schedule. Our hope is to go Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Eventually.
But for now, we're just kind of winging it, depending on availability and
cash flow, really.
Cash flow.
Because now we have started selling to other sellers. So we do wholesale Lululemon, which is kind of hard to find, but we're doing our best to get the word out. And so we appreciate you ladies having us on here. But we do wholesale Lululemon, and it's just a small markup over what we pay. We try to make it
literally.
Yeah.
Slam.
We try to make it we try to make it available to as many people as we can. So we're kind of having to split our cash flow between this new business of the wholesale and then our Whatnot shows, because we love our Whatnot family and we love popping on and being able to say hi and have fun, and that's another reason the wholesale is kind of taking the pressure off of the shows, so we can just kind of have fun with our Whatnot peeps. But
okay,
it's
question.
never really
not.
Where would these sellers that are just hearing about this wholesale option, how are they going to find you so they can cash in on this?
Built a it's a website / Shopify store. It is retail therapist with 2 L's.myshopify.com. When we first started wholesaling, I created a spreadsheet, a Google sheet, and I was sending it out to everybody, and it was really cumbersome and it was a hard process. So I just got back on Shopify and like built this very rudimentary, thing that was at least functional. We have had somebody, like a professional, actually come in and do like a little redesign on it since then. But there's 3 levels of pricing. So we have our retail price, which is not Lulu's price. You can save up to 60% sometimes. Our retail price. And then if you buy 40 or more pieces, you get an automatic 10% discount off of the website. But we do offer a volume discount. And those prices aren't really published anywhere. You've just got to get in touch with us. If you're placing an order of 100 pieces or more, then we have volume pricing for you. And we act more like personal shoppers for you. So it's not always, our volume buyers are not relegated to what's just on the website. If we get a big order in, we'll say, hey, we've got this, and this. What do you think your market is? Are they going to respond to it? How can we help you, kind of thing? And it's been so fun. Yeah. There's been times where, like just a couple of days ago, we got a big order in and Jill was processing it and we were talking to some volume buyers and I was like, okay, universe, send us more of this because this is so freaking fun. Yeah. We just love flipping sellers behind the scenes. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be, we have people that do pop-ups at live events. There was a guy that built this really cool, big pre-owned and new with tags Lululemon pop-up store in this, I don't know what the event was, wherever he is. And it was like in some big arena where there were other vendors there. I was like, oh, is Samantha here? No. Okay.
I know. I just have to show off this website and let people know like what it looks like.
It's a beautiful website.
It is gorgeous. I mean,
well, we can't take all the credit for that.
Well, you set up a really nice website. And I think really all we had was a little zhuzhing.
I love that your faces are on it. Nice.
Yes.
Even Jill's face is.
Hers is beautiful.
Stop it. Stop it. Hey, Jill got some glittery glasses recently. So we both have glittery
glasses. Oh, how fun.
I love the sparkle, kids. Love the sparkle.
We have our stuff, and then we have, here's some wholesale bundles. But if you're buying volume, let's see.
So we've also we're in the Whatnot community, so a lot of Whatnot sellers have reached out to us. But we have people with brick and mortars. We have people that have boutiques, and they want to be able to offer Lululemon in those boutiques. I'm trying to think of all the different people that our customers represent. But we're just super excited, and we're starting to actually get some momentum, so that's exciting.
We also have customers that buy for themselves and as gifts.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, totally. Yeah. We have one of our Whatnot customers. She just placed another order the other day. She's like, I'm looking for such and such for my son. And
well, let's just use this as an example.
I want this dress so bad.
That is so cute.
I didn't have the retail on it, but
I think this one's probably $128, maybe somewhere around there. But this is the Wonder Puff backpack in Rhino Gray, which I had never seen before until we came across them. And these are listed on the website. I don't know. I can't remember what they're listed at.
40.
No. These would have,
50.
These
50.
Yeah, these are probably listed on the website maybe for like 65-ish.
Oh.
But then
see, even the markdown is 79.
Yeah. So, there's
Look, I can look it up because your website is so easy to navigate. Look, it's listed for $58. Originally $148. Okay. Yeah, look at that.
There.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
still leaves plenty of margin if you're a seller, but if you're not a seller, and see, we also come across a lot of things that aren't on the website anymore. And so you're like, I didn't even know that freaking existed. And I saw that. I was like, oh, yes, please. Okay, we're taking all of these. Yes.
Yes, the unicorn Lululemons.
Love it.
We love it when we find them.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't always happen, but we love it.
So I was recently looking for a pair of Lululemon leggings, and
Yep. Size 8.
I went in and I went into the store to figure out what I wanted, tried them on, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm a reseller. I'm not buying these retail.
No,
like, what the heck?
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
$128, right? I'm like, there is no way I would ever spend that on a pair of leggings. So I went on eBay and I was like, oh my gosh, the resale on these is almost just as high as the retail store. Like they were still selling, like the solds were unbelievable for the leggings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I reached out to you. You know what I'm looking for. And I was surprised to see, like, not surprised. I mean, you guys are amazing. I wasn't surprised by it, but I was excited to see just what you had and what you were doing. Like I had no clue the scale of it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the prices are phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We are, what, I don't know if I should even say this, but we kind of, as far as a business model, it's a complete 180 from what we used to do. When we were selling on eBay and Poshmark, we waited for the slow dime. And now sometimes I call us the Taco Bell of Lululemon, because now it's high volume, low average sale price, right? Mm-hmm. So it's totally, but it works to me. It works better for us because it's kind of more of an in and out. Yep. By the way, if you're in the Las Vegas area and you sell on eBay and you need inventory, please swing by, because we still have our eBay inventory. We have people that come pick every now and then, but it is still out there. We are making deals on that. I forget where I was going with this.
So do you have it listed? I'm going to sidetrack you even further. Like,
that's right.
So how did you handle like the transition? Like, did you just take all your eBay stuff down, or what?
We did actually. Yeah. Well, not at first. So I would say we went full time on Whatnot in January of 2024, and it was probably April-ish. Yeah. It was probably April-ish when we ended all of our listings on eBay and we put our Poshmark on vacation mode. Now, since then, like over this summer, we were not expecting the seasonality of it because we've sold mostly hard goods. The seasonality of clothing in reselling. So the summer was brutal.
So bad.
Yeah. So you said pivot at the beginning of the show. You said, tell us how you pivot. And I was like, we have never pivoted this much in our damn lives, other than we have the last 2 years. Yeah. But this summer we did open back up our eBay and our Poshmark. And then we decided we love helping sellers behind the scenes. But we've also built these relationships where we can bring some deals, and we decided we're going to open that up to everybody, not just our Whatnot buyers. So that's kind of where, now we have these several different streams of income, which is super important. Because when one goes down, then you can still breathe for a minute. So that's kind of where we are as far as that. It's like all the pivoting that's been done. And I feel like we're moving into something that's that it's even more authentic to us. Now, we had no idea that being on camera was going to be authentic to us. But we have a blast. Or Lulu. Or freaking Lulu. Y'all, I did not want to sell Lulu. Have I ever told you this? I can't remember if I've told you this. I did not. When we first started Whatnot, I was like, I'm not going to be a Lulu seller. That's like, we were going to sell Lulu as part of our package of brands, but I didn't want to be a Lulu seller. No. Well, that's all we could get to sell. So I was like, damn it.
We had one choice, make Whatnot work.
Yeah. And we didn't have a plan B.
Yeah. That came down to Lulu.
Yeah. So here we are.
Yeah.
I want to shout out another pivot that I've noticed that y'all did that I'm very, very proud of, is that Jill is in front of the camera with her beautiful face, because the first time we had you on, you would not come on. And I am so proud of that growth. I love watching your guys' posts on social media. I think you're a power couple. You're a power couple. So it's good to see you both, because it's beautiful. So
I have to agree. Like we didn't. I was like, is Jill? I don't know what to say in the show note. Like, is Jill coming? And I was like, I don't know. It could go either way. So Molly's like, she's been on camera a lot lately. So
well, I know she's been getting more comfortable with it. The first couple of just chat shows we did on Whatnot, it was just me. But when she joined me, that was the chat show when we probably had twice as many as we normally do. And I don't, she doesn't see it, but it's, people love when she comes on. Like whenever, if she pops in the background, everybody's like, Jill, they freak out.
Yeah.
The whiz.
We want to see you.
Jill.
Yeah, people want to know what's really going on there. Like, yeah, it's important. That's
so
awesome.
That's a great pivot. You got a lot of good pivots happening. I love it.
Yeah, now you look so natural, like you seem so natural on camera. So that's
100%. Yeah, well, you're getting there.
I mean, Melanie was always natural on camera.
Oh yeah.
From that first accidental test mode when I went live. Like,
she's the band leader. I'm the one in the back.
Oh
Good
my
job.
gosh. So what was the hardest part of the pivot? Like, what did you find most challenging? If that's not too hard of a question, I don't want to, this is fun. The weekly flip is fun. I don't want to put you guys through the ringer.
It is a lot of fun. I would say having to pivot as many times as we have. It's not, and I don't think this is everybody's experience. This was our experience over the last 2 years, having difficulty with our suppliers.
Yep.
Forced us to pivot so many times.
Our suppliers forced us to make changes,
which it sucked, and I wouldn't want to do it again. But looking back on it, it forced us to expand and to grow, and also get to meet new people. Which
pivoting equals growth.
It does. It fucking sucks, but it does equal growth.
Yeah.
And sometimes you pivot and you realize that's what you don't want, so you're not going to go down that road. But then sometimes you pivot and it turns out just to be this incredible thing. Like that's how we got into the new tags, was because we were struggling with our pre-owned supplier.
Yep.
And so now well, Lululemon was the only thing that was selling for us, so that's how we got into Lululemon. And then I knew if I was going to sell this stuff, I needed to know it. So I started learning the brand and studying it. At night before we go to bed, or before we go to sleep, I'd be on my phone just studying it, and I became a fan. I think it's a quality product. I think they've got some growing pains right now, and that's okay. And they're going to flex and they're going to figure it out. As far as staying relevant, and they do have some. All right, here's what I've heard. Anyway, I haven't seen any pictures, but
we love the dirt.
So in 2026, they will be coming out with some new styles, and so they're looking towards remaining relevant with all of the competition that's coming into that arena. Aloe and Viore, of course, being the two big ones. So we'll see. We'll see what that looks like, what those styles look like in 2026, and how it goes. I personally think that they're brilliant, releasing all these colors throughout the year. So much, it's just so much fresh stuff that they put out constantly. Every Tuesday there's a drop. Every Thursday there's a sale. Things go on sale on the website. It's called the We Made Too Much section. Sometimes the sales aren't that great, but it's worth looking. It's definitely worth looking at it.
I couldn't find what I was looking for in the sale section.
Well, I'll tell you. And then there's some things that even we aren't able to really get our hands on, like Black Aligns. Like it's so very, very rare. And it's rare that they even put black on sale because it's such a coveted piece. But anyway, so I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point.
No, I mean, that's cool. You said something that I really love, and you said we didn't have a plan B, so we had to make it work. And I'm not a fan of plan Bs. Like, I think, I'm not saying B, go in and don't do the research, but like when you have a plan B, it's like your exit strategy, right? Like you always have that in the back of your mind. And I think when you go full force on plan A and that's your only option, you figure out so many creative ways to make it work that you would have missed if you had that backup plan.
Right, because you're not putting everything you have into it. You're just like, oh well, I can always do this instead. Partly just human nature, but for whatever reason, maybe you get scared or you're lazy or whatever. But yeah, when you don't have that plan B, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
We're going to hunker down. We're going to figure it out. Sometimes it's divine inspiration. Sometimes you just like, you just kind of, you figure out, make it work. You're not really sold on what you're going to do, but you don't have anything else. So we're just going to move forward with this, basically.
Yep.
As well.
I love that. I'm so happy you said that, because that's one of my favorite things when I tell people, like, I really want to do. All right, well, are you ready? Like, let's. You got to go all in.
Yeah. And it's a lot more than you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Best advice I ever got was like when I was opening this was like 13, 14 years ago, and I was like researching and opening it, and I had a mentor, and I went to visit her store, and she was like, this is more work than you can ever imagine. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't even fathom how much work this business is. And I was like, yeah, I grew up with a family business. Like, I'm pretty well versed in it. Like, I know what it's like. And a month after I opened the store, I called her and I was like, holy cow. Like, there is nothing you could have said to prepare me for what was about to happen to my life. Yeah.
You don't have a life anymore. Yeah.
It's all consuming. It's but it's fun, right? That's the other side of it. It's so fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
It's just kind of gets, if you are a reseller that just really, truly loves reselling, it's in your blood. It's one of those things. It just gets in your blood, and it is just, there's so many, it's very addicting. Being a reseller is very addicting. There's so many things that give you this little high that just keeps you going, even on the days when you're like, I'm just going to crawl in bed.
Yeah. And we work 7 days a week, and many times late. And honestly, I don't think about it that way. It's just what we do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't think about it as, we work until midnight every night. We just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And whatever time it is when we,
when we stop.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of thought behind it.
No.
No, just do it.
Yeah. Unless, there are times, of course, when we have to stop and think, but after we get that done, then okay, let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Now, am I allowed to ask about the dumpster diving and like what all came of that? Because that's kind of how you guys.
Yeah. I want to know, because when Samantha came to visit, I think it was the last time she was here for a while, and she was like, "Come on, let's go dumpster diving." I'm dying to do
he was all about it.
And we didn't go. No, we didn't go. I was like, I don't even know where to start doing that.
Yeah,
like,
you have to kind of put feelers out there.
Yeah,
we drove to several different locations looking.
Well, we started, and we had a big reason to start, other than just the novelty of it, because we started by pulling out packing supplies. I was taking my daughter to work. She wasn't driving at the time, and there was a furniture store next to where she worked. And so I always find the back routes everywhere that I go. So I was kind of taking her the back route, and there was their dumpster. And of course there's bubble wrap coming out of the dumpster. And I was like, thank you very much. I'll take that.
We all want the bubble wrap.
Yeah. And let me tell you, when you dumpster dive and you go to these corporations, you get the good stuff, and it's free. So, we're fortunate because we live in Vegas, so we don't have a lot of weather that we have to contend with.
Yeah.
Normally we don't, but we do. Like, we're still dumpster diving now for certain sized boxes, but Whatnot totally took over our life.
Yeah.
So we haven't been dumpster diving, but I do miss it. And we can talk about dumpster diving. You know, another thing about dumpster diving. Okay, here I'm gonna get on a little soapbox. Number one, when you start dumpster diving, you realize there's no reason to have a scarcity mindset. There's so much abundance, and a lot of it's being wasted and getting thrown. Perfectly good stuff is getting thrown in the trash. There is, what's her name? There's a gal that dumpster dives, and she focuses on thrift store dumpsters, believe it or not.
Really?
Salty Stella. Yeah, Salty Stella. That's who she is.
And we've had success at thrift
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would be the last place I would think to dumpster dive is a thrift shop.
It's amazing what they'll throw out.
Yeah.
We've pulled out of the thrift store dumpsters.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people have heard this story. I'm going to tell it again. This is our favorite story to tell. So we were dumpster diving at Pottery Barn. At Pottery Barn. Right next to Pottery Barn was an Italian restaurant. And so they shared the dumpster cubicle. So we would go in looking for packing supplies or whatever. And I looked over, and there, I don't know, I don't know, maybe it was me or her. But anyway, we
I
looked
think
over.
you called me in because you saw it and we dug it out.
Okay. It was an 8-quart commercial KitchenAid. And we were like, okay, so we dug it out. We had our whiz kid come over and take a look at it. It needed a $2 fuse. We flipped it on eBay in 2 weeks for $250.
Yeah.
8-quart commercial
boom.
KitchenAid. It needed a fuse. That's it. So
Wow.
you never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Wow.
Look for packing supplies and you get a KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
And then like we go to pet store. Now this is kind of controversial. Not a lot of people are gonna feel comfortable doing this, but you go to pet store companies, Petco, PetSmart, check their dumpsters, food all the time.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we scored a huge haul of costumes and what are those? What you remember
wow.
those mats that where you could put the snacks in? What are those called? Snuffle mats.
Oh yeah.
Snuffle mat Christmas. They were
We
Christmas
must
themed.
have pulled out 300 snuffle mats.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were all brand new, still clean. Yeah,
I
that's
gotta look up. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh
you
my gosh.
hide treats in it, and then the dogs or the cats
It's like a maze kind of thing they play and try to get.
Oh.
to get the food out.
It's a really good sensory thing. They snuffle around and get their little treats out, and it's just really. Oh my God! How about the poly mailers?
Even white ones. It wasn't all Tilly's.
So Tilly's is some kind of store, not a department store. I don't know what it is.
It's clothing.
Okay, so like a clothing store. But anyway, I don't know why, but there was a dumpster and it was mounded over with boxes of brand new poly mailers and shopping totes.
Yep.
Shopper bags. So we got as much. We both to this day we both regret not going back and getting one. We should have gone.
That was a one tripper, and we should have done it too.
We did.
Wow.
They had
A
plain
3-tripper.
They had plain white ones too.
Yeah.
I mean, they were heavy. There was so much.
There was like boxes at that 1,000 count boxes of poly mailers.
Yep.
And granted, the majority of them were Tilly's branded, but when you're reselling, they're free. Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
We still have some. That was
And if it bothers you that much, slap the label over the branding if it bothers you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like ready to go right now. I'm like,
I
all
know.
right, like
You have to find the shopping centers that don't use the compost.
Right. You don't want a compactor.
Yeah, compactor.
You don't want to, because that you'll die. Don't get into compactor. That's
Yeah.
a big deal. You don't want to do that. Also, I wish I could show you our little grabber. Jill found a really good grabber, but we also keep a hoe when we go dumpster driving. We have a hoe in there.
You come every time with me.
boom, and that's why she's on camera.
It took you a minute.
That was good. It did. It did.
I was like, she didn't just say
Yeah, you
that.
did.
Not Jill.
There you go, Jill.
What did I say at the beginning? Girl is on fire.
I love it. So funny.
Okay, so anyway, moving on. You can take a little step stool, but
We did for a long
we
time.
did take a little.
We
step
found
stool.
a step stool, so in the dumpster.
Right.
So that became our dumpster step stool.
Oh my gosh! And another one, my favorite. So, oh my gosh, y'all! Oh my gosh. Okay, so apartments at the end of the month, like the last Sunday of the month, apartment complexes are really good. So our son Dakota he lived in Anaheim for a little bit at an apartment complex. His little dumpster cubicle alone was a treasure trove.
Yeah.
What was the Longaberger? He found a Longaberger pitcher that we ended up selling, I think, for like $50 or something. I don't know what all he sold. Video games all the time. He would find video games. That was just his one dumpster cubicle in this whole apartment complex.
We didn't take them, but he found a whole thing of DVDs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, somebody dumped their entire
all the time.
library.
Oh my gosh. So another apartment complex, we found it was like sports recovery patches.
Oh yeah.
It was sealed, still in date, sold them for $100.
Yep.
A box full of these.
And she saw them. I would never have looked at that and said, I got to get that out. But you saw them.
And
Couldn't believe the value of those.
You never know. Oh my gosh. And then another one, So this was actually in a shopping complex, but the shopping complex is right next to an apartment complex. So I think maybe this was a breakup. I don't know. But we went in. This was one on our normal route. And there was a bag of clothes that was sitting outside the dumpster. So I kind of looked in it. They were freshly laundered, folded really nicely. And I was like, okay, sometimes you don't really look at it while you're there. You just kind of grab and go. So that's what I did with this. So then when we brought it home, there was Lululemon shorts. There was Hudson jeans. There was Desigual. That's how we learned about the brand Desigual. I don't remember what all was in there. But I was like, holy
We made money
crap.
on that little bag.
Yeah, we did. We made some decent money.
Yeah.
It was you just
And you guys can invent a cool backstory. Like that had to be some kind of breakup, right?
Oh yeah. They broke up and he said, bye. Here's your shit. That's all I could figure out.
I think we found a few where the women dumped the men too, though.
Yeah, and I don't know that they were strict about it. They did not freshly launder it.
Right.
There might have been some rips and tears and cuts and
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
Were you ever confronted by anybody that was upset for you? You were?
No, not in that way.
I mean, people.
Oh, yeah, the bookstore. She came out.
Barnes and Noble. The lady at Barnes and Noble was not happy, and that was just packing supplies. And here's the other weird thing about it is that but I mean, nobody's ever we've never been arrested or anything. Usually they're just like, hey, you need to get out of here. And the security guy at Best of the West.
Yeah.
But it's usually newer security guys. If they've been there for a while, they're like, hey, what's up? They don't care.
If they stop,
if they stop, a lot of times they don't even
we
stop.
tell them we're getting boxes and they go, okay.
Yeah.
Just don't dump anything is what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they're most concerned with. They want those dumpsters to be left for the companies.
They pay for that service.
Yeah.
And so if other people are dumping, then it's kind of taking away from them. We're taking out.
Yeah.
So we're almost doing them a favor, which is why I don't understand why people get upset about it.
We had a police officer pull up behind me and I didn't know it. My back was to him. I'm pulling boxes out and I turn around to go to the car and he looks at me. He's sitting in his car and he goes, are you pulling boxes? I said, yes, sir.
She was like, yes, sir. Yeah.
And he goes, okay. And he drove off.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Cycling.
I know. I love the whole idea behind it. I have gone where to our local I picked boxes out of our UPS drop off or where they return Amazon stuff at FedEx, and they'll just empty those boxes and throw them all out. I have gone by there before. If you ask them, they say no because they don't. Technically, if you get hurt, they don't want to say we told them, and now they're suing us because they were injured. But I will go back there because they get some really good packing stuff, and the different shapes of boxes are very different than what you order. So I'll get some of those. But that's as far as I've gone. But now you're inspiring me.
Theme here: ask for forgiveness, not permission, right?
Correct.
Okay.
1000%.
They have to say no, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm picking up a theme, Molly. It seems like packing supplies are the gateway drug to dumpster diving.
Yeah.
That's what got us started.
Yeah.
That's what's getting you started. Yeah.
Yeah. I just am such a freak about rule following. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I don't want to so that's the part that makes me
probably
so
for the first 2 or 3 months, I wouldn't really get out. She would be the one to get out. And she didn't care. She's like, I don't care. I'm going.
I don't care. What are they going to do?
Well, see, and if my husband and I, because it would be my husband and I going, he would be the drive away run. He wouldn't get out. Even when I had him help me get boxes out one time, he was very nervous. And I'm like, they've seen me do it before. They don't care. We need these packing supplies.
Yeah.
But he's he's worse than I am. So if I go further with this, it's going to be me and you'll be there with the engine running ready to go.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I can see y'all.
That was me.
Right.
Getaway car.
But there's a great Facebook group. I think it's called Dumpster Diving Tips and Finds or something like that. It's got over 100,000 people in there. You can join that dumpster diving group. There's Salty Stella. She's pretty big on TikTok. The Trash Walker is an interesting one because the Trash Walker actually tries to bring awareness, and she has worked both with government agencies and corporations to try to fix some of these laws that end in all of this waste or that produced all of this. Another thing, big scores can be had at the end of the semester at universities. We have not been able to partake of that, but we have seen some people. Insane. Lots of cleaning supplies, which we're boring enough that excites us.
Yes.
But yeah, totally check it out, because a lot of universities will bring in a huge roll off.
Oh yeah.
And what made me think of this is that the Trash Walker was trying to work with the university to give students a little bit more time. Like, you've got finals and you have to move out all within a few days. So they're just, and they're kids. They're like, I don't know what to do with this stuff. So it just goes in the dump.
Can't fit in the car, so.
Right. Can't fit in the car. Too much of a pain in the ass to ship it, all that, whatever it is. So then it goes in this big roll off.
I think I saw, maybe was it Kevin Commonwealth Picker? Somebody about a year ago or so went to the college near where they lived. I think it was him, and I think it might have been
remember that.
Virginia, one of the Tennessee colleges. They did for their students a big yard sale at the day before move out, and so people could go and they would make money for their product and get rid of it all, the stuff they didn't want to pay.
I thought that's smart.
Fantastic. That's not that's the one that I thought you were talking about, but yes, that's what a freaking
right. Give them an extra day and have a big campus wide yard sale, because all of us would be there shopping in.
I love that.
Yeah. So my son does well. He's at Pitt, and he does well, but I don't see any of this stuff because he's a reseller. But he does very well. Yeah. I love it. All right, so we're almost out of time. We have like 3 minutes left, but I want to get your take, the hot take on the Poshmark changes to sharing. What's happening? I know you mentioned before we came on here your results with the not sharing. So
I think it's been really interesting. I think, so we use List Perfectly, and I love List Perfectly. We've never really used anything else, but anyway, so List Perfectly, the whole point was so to help us resellers build the perfect listing, right? So I think that may be part of our success as far as not sharing, because to me, the take that I get is now Poshmark is just like every other platform. It's about SEO. It's about crafting the perfect listing. It's about having clear, really good pictures, clear, really good descriptions. They say build your listing like you have to build it for two sets of people, one that never look at pictures and one that only look at pictures, kind of thing. So you've got to have a really good description in there too, and you have to have a really good title. So I think that sending offers to likers is going to be super, super important. And then I've noticed that it now says relevance. When you first go, being active on the app, there's a couple of different things. So when you first go on there, it used to say, your feed used to say just shared. Or if you search for something, the things that would come up first, it would be just shared. Well, now it's relevance. The default is relevance. You can still pick other things that might be more important to you, but the default is relevance, which to me goes back to crafting the perfect listing, making sure you have tags and keywords in there that are going to help boost your listing in the algorithm and help people find your listing, I think is what I meant to say. So relevance is important. And there was something else somewhere else I was going with that. Oh, and the other thing that I think is super, super important, because we've all been bitten by this on Poshmark, is when you go to somebody's profile, one of the things at the top is when were they last active. Now you can see at a glance, when were they last active? Because how many times have you placed an order on Poshmark and it never shipped? We hear Poshmark is sending you your money back saying, oh, I'm sorry. And because you had to drill down and see when was this person, if you took the time to drill down and look at the reviews and see their level of activity, then, you might stay away from them. But now it's so much easier to know who is a little bit more serious seller on Poshmark. So I will say our personal experience with not sharing, or since they have kind of sort of pivoted, it's still confusing, because when you go into your individual listings, it still says at the top, oh, this listing hasn't been shared in 3 days or whatever, which still makes us kind of go, oh shit. But Poshmark is kind of moving away from that. So I would guess at some point that's going to go away. However, since we've stopped sharing and since they've maybe changed the algorithm, I don't know what they did. But anyway, since these changes went down at Poshmark, every time I go in, we have a lot more likes than we used to have. And the majority of our sales, not only on Poshmark, but also on eBay, come from offers to likers. So, and I don't do an aggressive, I rarely ever do an aggressive offer to liker. It's usually only going to be about 10 to 15%,
Okay.
15 at the most. So like right before we jumped on here, we got a sale. When I woke up this morning, we had 12 likes and we only have about 350 active listings on Poshmark. So I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. Now, anytime there's a change, there's a period, I think, of maybe of a greater activity level, and then it starts to maybe level out. So we'll just have to see how it goes over time. That's my hot take on it. I'm not mad at it. We'll see how it goes. I do think daily activity, SEO is super important, and keeping your listings fresh, listing new listings, even if that means, I know this is scary to some, but even if that means delisting or deleting and then relisting. But if you have a tool like List Perfectly, then there you go. Super easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really, really good. I think the changes seem like they're going to be good for serious sellers and not just the hobby sellers. Like, I think it's more, trending towards serious sellers or, volume sellers than it is the everyday. I have this pair of shoes I'm going to throw up here and see what happens. Yeah.
Right.
Which is only going to help the platform as a whole, because again, the flakes will hopefully kind of drop down to the bottom of the algorithm.
Yeah, for sure. We're sure.
All right. Well, this has been awesome. We're out of time. I can't believe it. Like, I've spent like the whole time like leaned forward, like on the edge of my seat for whatever you guys are gonna say.
Well, oh no, you got a good one in there too.
Oh, Jill, quit pointing.
That's both of you. Whoa, I wasn't leaned forward for that. I was like, whoa.
That was a highlight. Love it. Well, we have missed you both so much, so it was so good to catch up. We talk about you all the time.
I'm glad Lululemon brought us all back together again.
I know. Look at it uniting everyone.
We're going to look for those size 8s for you, Libby.
Thank you. Someday I'll own a pair.
Yes, you will. I believe it.
All right, we got a toast out. You guys have a cup nearby, or a candle, or a vessel of some sort,
or a nerdy nuts. The nerdy nuts.
Toast out with the nerdy nuts.
There you
go. Let me turn it.
All right, guys.
There you go. All right, until next time, ladies. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.